Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. My name is Ohak Cade. I'm a composer, and today we're going to be checking out the 1 to 3 highlight medley by Suho from EXO. This is a highlight medley of his latest mini album of the same title that came out recently, and this was a request by my patron Katie. Thank you so much. We've only checked out one song from Suho's solo work on the channel so far, which was Grey Suit, that I enjoyed. So I'm looking forward to getting a taste of his new material. Let's see what's in store.
세상에 숨이 막혀 낯선 느낌에 휘말려 어느새 너는 없고 나 혼자 돌던 궤도
Okay, I'll make little comments on each taster we get as we go through, and I guess we'll see what the songs I'm looking forward to the most are. This one is not really my style, I'll be honest. I really like the production on it. His vocals sound very ethereal, gorgeous, soft, haunting, a really tender vocal. It is mixed with some very organic traditional rock instrumentation with some interesting sound effects that I noticed here and there. So those sound effects were pretty interesting. They were kind of fitting with this visual sci-fi thing we have going on. But overall, I found that this song, it had a familiar inspiration to Grey Suit. That sort of, I guess, UK 90s inspired sort of pop grunge sound. This is, of course, a really cool and nostalgic genre. Just not one that ever spoke to me that much, but I can appreciate how beautifully produced it is and how well the instruments mix with his vocals. Next song is Wishful Thinking.
어제와 같은 the morning 눈물은 삼켜버렸지 There's a wishful thinking It's wishful thinking It's wishful thinking
Okay, the sound is consistent with the first one, but this song spoke to me a little bit more because it had a little bit of a more interesting psychedelic feeling to me that was even more retro. I was getting more, I guess, 70s prog. I guess you could say Pink Floyd, or what's that band called? I don't listen to them, but I kind of know what they sound like. What are they called? Led Zeppelin, right? Although I think that was a bit of a more Pink Floyd influence that I was getting just now. I liked that we had a little bit more rhythm and punchiness on the instrumental. There was a more identifiable hook in the vocal melody that I could appreciate. Just going to go back a little bit so we can transition into this third song a bit better.
It's wishful thinking 쏟아지는 moonlight 눈부신 무대를 수놓아 수없이 늘어진 별들 사이 넌 가장 화려한 빛을 뿜어 shining in the spotlight 번지는 달빛을 따라가 온몸을 맡겨도 괜찮아 찬란한 이 순간 주인공은 바로 너야
Okay, so I can sort of sense that Suho really is a very big fan of classic feel-good pop rock, and I love that for him. It's very approachable and easy to digest and enjoy, easy to have on in the background. Definitely something that would be nice to put on in a car ride, especially this particular song. It's very feel-good, kind of summery. It has a nice steady drive. His vocal performance is very nice, but I suppose what I'm getting at is, again, this sound is not really up my alley personally. I do prefer something that is a bit more experimental, but I totally respect the love and comfort that artists find in music like this. This music is definitely going to be a smash with his fans. The vocal production on this song in particular I thought was a little strange. The vocal in this one sounded a little bit overproduced compared to the instrumental, which sounded a bit, again, more organic. So yeah, I hope that there is some more interesting songs on this mini album. And of course, I won't dismiss this mini album completely, even if none of the clips grab me, because we're only getting a few seconds per song. I do like the sci-fi imagery in this. It is sort of a juxtaposition with the very natural instruments, but the overall vibe, it is sort of leaning towards that psychedelic, relaxing calmness, I suppose, that you might get in space.
우두 손에 착 감긴 기타를 들고서 자아도지 Just singing like alright I'm feeling good 장난감들은 나의 crew Oh you're so cute 아무도 못 말리는 나의 groove Don't kill my mood 여기가 바로 Hollywood Just like alright
Sort of the same comments that I've had before. As you can see, this one is sort of more surf rock, I guess. It is giving very much chilled out, summertime, very cute. But to be honest, this sort of sound does bore me a bit because it is something like you would hear in a commercial. Very non-threatening and appealing sound to the masses. And it's funny how he was listening to a little iPod there. I think what he's going for with that imagery is that this sound is reminiscent of a bygone era when we had more primitive technology. But what I got from that clip of the iPod is it just solidified how well that music would fit in an advertisement for that iPod. I felt like I was watching an iPod advertisement with the perfect iPod music to go along with the commercial. So this is a genuine question for Suho fans. Are you guys happy with this kind of music that he's choosing to pursue? Not that this direction for his sound is wrong, but just compared to the depth of the songwriting and the vocals in EXO, this, to be honest, for me, is significantly less compelling. It's very safe. You know, I'm getting sort of Harry Styles, whose music I don't really care for either, but is super popular. So it just goes to show what I know in terms of what people like. But that's just it's just an example of a very widely appealing sound that kind of goes over my head. But this song title is pretty interesting. Let's check this out. Cheese.
Just like cheese 우리들은 늘 이렇게 쭉 차갑게 뜨면 결국은 두 늘어난 우리만 We both feel like we're walking on the moon 진하게 제가처럼 진하게 폭신해 부풀어져 간 거나 뜨겁게 언덜럽게 뜨겁게 I know you feel it too.
Hey, alright, we're getting somewhere. That song was pretty interesting to me. It kind of woke me up a bit. It had a nice rhythm going for it. I'm not sure if the vocal melody was particularly strong, but the production was pretty cool. I liked all of the synth design and the percussive elements that drove the song forward. Definitely the best song from this medley so far. I'm not going to say the best song from the mini album so far because I haven't done the other songs justice yet by not hearing all of them from start to finish. But just based on that clip alone, I liked that little tune there that I heard. I also noticed a little female vocal, which was interesting. Another thing I'm noticing is I'm not hearing a lot of vocals from him that I would consider challenging for him or like passionate or up in his higher register. It's sort of in the middle ground of his range, so I'm wondering how much of his range he explores on the mini album. Next is Zero Gravity.
혼자가 된 차가운 밤 그늘 속에 가려진 달 시야 넘어 저 멀리 깜빡인 작은 불빛 누가 보낸 신호일까.
You know what? That little acoustic tune was quite pretty. I like the way that the vocal melody flowed, and I liked his delivery of it. Hard to really make too many comments on this since it was so pared back and bare bones. I would really need to know what the lyrics are about for this one and hear how that very unchanging atmosphere in that verse develops into a chorus, etc. But as far as that acoustic song goes, I actually quite liked it. Nice to get a focus on his voice in that one. Okay, that last song, Promising Moments, I do like that it was a bit more upbeat. I might have heard a hint of some brass instruments there, which was cool, but I just felt that the vocal melody in that one was a bit repetitive, and I think that is not the best sign when the clip is only, 10 seconds long, and I found the vocal melody to be a bit repetitive and predictable. You know what? I always keep it real on this channel, and I'm just gathering that maybe Suho's taste doesn't align with my taste. There is obviously something in this sound that speaks to him that doesn't speak to me as much, and that is sort of the beauty of music and having different tastes and enjoying things in different ways. Now, that said, I would still be very excited to listen to this whole mini album and give my more in-depth thoughts on each song and give that music more of a chance to see if it sticks with me. So really, if I were to listen to this whole album, I would look for moments where he, I guess, challenges himself a bit more vocally. And for all I know, these vocal lines could be a challenge for him, but I doubt that's the case. Having heard what he's capable of, I think he's capable of more than what I heard here. Again, that is the whole point of a teaser, to not give away the best parts of each song. Something else I'd look for is, I guess, just more interesting ideas musically. You know, this is pop rock. This isn't exactly a new genre or an innovative genre, and not every bit of new music needs to reinvent the wheel, but just an indication that he's having some sort of fun with it, I would appreciate. I'll actually go so far to say that I didn't find his visual performance in this highlight medley that entertaining either. He sort of looked like he was kind of going through the motions, and I didn't notice much expression on his face. Now let me just go back and look at, for example, that last song there. I'm gonna look at that again. Yeah, like, he's not doing anything. Like, this is such an energetic, upbeat song, and if you want to sell this song to me, jump around, run around, dance, do something. If I'm being generous, I could say that maybe it's a sort of cool factor that he's going for, like he's too cool to jump around. He's sort of kind of lazily performing it. I do get that a little bit, but if that's what he's going for, he's just not committed enough to it or something, because sort of what I'm getting from it is low effort. It just strikes me as low effort, I'm not gonna lie. I say these harsh comments with love because I'm a huge EXO fan, and EXO are a big reason why my channel started getting more views and I got some new patrons and everything. So I'm extremely fond of EXO. I'm their biggest fan, and that's why I feel like I have a reason to be a bit more critical here because I do have very high expectations when it comes to their members. So let me know what I'm missing here. Something just isn't clicking. I do like his outfit.
It's wishful thinking.
I mean, the face card never declines. So, Suho fans, I'm on your side. I'm a fan of his, and I would like to enjoy his solo stuff. Let me know if I should do the deep dive into this mini album. Happy to do that on the channel if I get enough requests. Yeah, that's about it for my analysis of Suho's 123 highlight medley. Thank you again to Katie for suggesting this one to me. If you enjoy this content, please like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Thanks so much and take care.